There weren't many more dramatic moments than this last season, a try which put Oxford on the road to victory in the Varsity Match.
It's going well for Cambridge. Davies, Reid to Robinson, full-back, Parton in the line, but it's an interception by Gary Hine. Surely they'll not catch him, it's only Given chasing. As of last year, the other way round, it's Hine this time, and Oxford's try.
Yes, it's that time of the year again. The two universities play for the Bowring Bowl on Tuesday, and in the build-up to the big day, the Cambridge approach was perhaps slightly more conventional than Oxford's.
Go!
The surest sign that Christmas is coming isn't the first sighting of Santa. At the present rate, that'll soon be in midsummer, but the Varsity Match at Twickenham. This year, Oxford and Cambridge meet for the 110th time, and some traditions never change. It's probably true to say that Cambridge's rugby players are in graver risk of injury pedalling through the city's streets than they are from any damage during a game. But this trip has been made by countless Cambridge captains over the years. It's to Ryder and Amos, where the team sheets are displayed in the shop window. And this is a specially important occasion. The Cambridge side to play Steel Bodgers 15.
Morning.
Morning. Rugby Union team sheet, please.
Oh, right. Thank you very much.
It's the opportunity for Adrian Davis, the university captain, to see his likely varsity match combination in action. Davis himself, though, will have to sit this one out because of the recurrence of a neck injury.
We've got a team and a game plan that we feel will benefit an expansive game. Obviously, on the day, the tackling, etc., the pressure is really on, so it's often quite difficult. But we've got a game plan to beat Oxford, and hopefully we'll be able to pursue that.
And at the same time, try, if you can, to enjoy it. That's
oh yes, that is utmost, really, especially for the lads who haven't been in that environment before. For a lot of them, it's their biggest game they'll ever play, and if they go through the day without enjoying it, then that's an absolute disaster.
One Cambridge player who has particular cause to remember last year's match is Andy Parton.
Well, everything had gone according to plan for us. First 20 minutes, we were winning the quality second phase ball. And the first really good bit of second phase ball came out, and I hit the line really well. Looking back on it, I prefer to think of it as a great piece of defensive work by Gary Hine. First of all, he stayed out, committed me, came in and then went out again and committed me to pass when I thought it was clear to Tony. And one of the most abiding memories I've got from the game is the whole of the stand erupting behind him as he ran in unopposed from 70 yards.
It's going well for Cambridge. Davies, Reid to Robinson, full-back, Parton in the line, but it's an interception by Gary Hine. Surely they'll not catch him, it's only Given chasing. As of last year, the other way round, it's Hine this time, and Oxford's try.
Steel Bodgers had paid Cambridge the ultimate compliment of picking a vastly experienced and powerful side, which would surely test any weaknesses in the Cambridge 15. But then the students had the advantage of having played together during the term. Their pack included David Dix, a member of the emerging Australians touring side last season, a young lot well-versed in the A's, B's and the C's of the game.
I think you'd have to say there's no doubt the strength is in the backs. The people like Adrian Davies and Tony Underwood and Andrew Parton are very exciting players to watch, and they've been making the running. Most of our points have been scored in the lead-ups from just very, very nice back line work. It's great to be a second row and pull your head out of a scrum and see these guys with the ball in their hands. It's very exciting. So I think they've played a very running, open style of game with the backs probably leading the charge.
But then it's good to be up to the forwards, isn't it, to try and get the better of this very strong Oxford pack. How are you going to do that?
Yes, as I understand, they're very big and strong, and they hang on to the ball and try the New Zealand style of rolling mauls and what have you. We have our ways of dealing with that. You just have to starve them of as much possession as you can and knock them over. And I think that we've got enough ball-winning power in the forwards to certainly get our own. If we win on the day, we'll be popular victors. I think they'll play a lot of graft and we'll try and run the ball. So.
And against Steel Bodgers 15, after an uncomfortable start, Cambridge did just that to impress the crowd, which included Oxford spies Andrew Everett, the captain, and Lynn Evans, the coach. Cambridge lost no opportunity to run the ball at their distinguished opponents. This try scored by right wing Richard Given. But what was even more encouraging for the Light Blues was the increasing power and confidence of the Cambridge pack, which latterly had Steel Bodgers on the run. And this forward surge was finished off by David Dix himself. A defeat then for Cambridge, but certainly no disgrace, and an overall performance which met with the approval of skipper Adrian Dix. It was also an encouraging rehearsal for thoroughbreds like Tony Underwood.
Unfortunately, we haven't had a chance to watch them this season, but judging by the reports and some spies that we've sent over there, you know, got us very strong front five. I think they'll aim to use that, maybe play a tighter game than we would like to do, and it's up to us to disrupt that as much as we can, try to win as much, snatch as much ball as we can and secure it, and, you know, exploit the backs that we've got, because, you know, we can get it out there, we'll win it.
In contrast, Oxford went in search of a different form of relaxation at Lilleshall, the National Sports Centre.
Right, chaps, can I just welcome you to Lilleshall. This is our sort of national gymnastics centre where our Great Britain team prepares and trains for major competitions. My name's Eddie Van Hoof, I'm the men's national coach, and with me here James May, one of the team members, Neil Fletcher, team member, Terry Bartlett, team member and squad captain. What we're going to start with is a quick warm-up, which is in the back gym, which is, you've probably heard of gymnastic foam pits, landing areas at some stage. You might not have ever seen one or experienced one.
Actually, I noticed on the first exercise you were first in and last out. It looked pretty hard.
Yes, well, I was certainly first in, and being quite small, I was generally picked one up on the others and dunked in the foam, so yeah, I was last to get out.
It's a bit of fun, but presumably it also has a practical use.
I would think so, yeah. Apparently they use it to warm up the gymnasts, so I think I've certainly felt quite hot having come out, so yes, I think it's a good way of warming up.
Now, a little bit of a surprise for you to get into the side, was it?
At the beginning of the season, I knew that it would be very hard with Jan Durand around, obviously a blue from last year, so I knew I'd have to play fairly well to get the position. But we had a good tour in France, I played reasonably well over there. Once we got back, I started off at centre. After that, I was put to outside half and luckily played reasonably well.
Terry's going to just run through a few general, nice and easy, basic sort of gymnastic.
1 hour of blood, sweat and toil. Round to the right. And drop your chin on your chest. Change direction. Up in the air again. Push your shoulders, armpits to the floor, and repeat. On 3, we'll kick our left leg. Right? 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick.
How do you think they're doing?
Flexibility doesn't seem to come high on British Rugby's list of priorities. I think it ought to, actually, because I think it would enhance some of the movement that goes on the field.
Yeah. That's, oh, yes. Oh, this one's a gymnastic.
Slowly. Quarter, quarter, 1, 2. All it is a transfer of your weight from your feet through your hands back onto your feet, evenly.
OK, Eddie, what's the verdict?
Well,
Have a go on
great team spirit, a fair bit of gymnastic ability by the looks of it.
Excellent.
One or two there show one or two little elements that wouldn't be amiss for an adult starting out doing some
You
gymnastics.
could make something of them, you think?
Well, I'm not so sure we could make a gymnast out of them, but certainly one or two of their coordination factors and things, not bad at all.
Now, a bit of fun, but no doubt this also has a practical use for the players.
Sure. I think the stretching exercise that we did at the beginning with the boys sort of highlights a little bit how stiff general sports players are, game players in particular with the running, and a little bit of compensatory stretching, particularly from a younger age, would benefit greatly in reducing the possibility of some injuries, not all injuries of course, but I think it would help to some extent, and it's the coordination factors of being agile in a tackle, rolling, getting up quickly back into the game and orientating yourself to where you are.
But generally speaking, as gymnasts, they'll make very good rugby players.
I think so. I think they're better off staying with what they're doing.
This is what makes a coach's job worthwhile.
You've got to get your hands back in the handles fast. That's it. Excellent. Well done.
Into handstand there, and he's reasonably on balance. You can step back a little bit and just think about extending, making sure he's nice and straight, fully extended up on his arms. Right, and then lower down, the same way you came up. Good stuff. Excellent.
Richard, I think you won the Man of the Match award there. I think you were finished way ahead. You've obviously done this before.
A little bit in school when I was a bit younger, 14, 15 years of age, that's about it though. It's been a long time since then.
It was good fun, wasn't it?
Oh, tremendous. It took our minds off the game, off the training, Good relaxer really for a couple of hours this morning before we train this afternoon, yeah.
Also, quite a, I would have thought you learned a few lessons too about exercises and stretching and things.
I think so, yeah. We learned a few more stretches this morning. I've stretched a few parts of my body that haven't been stretched before, I think. But yeah, it was good fun.
Now, tell me about the game itself. Are you looking forward to it?
Oh, tremendously, yeah. It's going to be a great day out for everybody, a good occasion. It's going to be the biggest game for, I would have said, the majority of the team, including myself, that we've ever played. Having played at Twickenham before, but not in the capacity crowd and for the UAU finals for the last 3 years, but I've never won there, but hopefully we're going to put that right this week.
A little bit more responsibility on your shoulders too, I think, because you're calling the shots in the backs, aren't you?
That's right, yeah. Hopefully things will go right and I'll call the right moves and the defence and so on. It is a bit of responsibility, but I'm probably the most experienced behind there now, so hopefully it'll go right on the day.
Confident you've got the team to do it?
I think so, yeah. We've got a good pack of forwards, and we've got some good backs as well. People are sort of writing us off behind a bit, saying that it's just we're going to play the game up front, but we've got a few surprises up our sleeves, and we'll see what happens on the day.